Welcome to Inside Lake Forest. I'm Eileen Luby, your host, and today I have the pleasure of visiting the Drop-In Center here at Gorton Community Center. Let's step inside. Hi, Sue.
Hello, Eileen. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. Thanks so much for having me here today to learn more about the Drop-In Center.
Thanks for coming.
Sue Burmaster, who is also well known as Mrs. Sue here at the program. Sue, tell me a little bit about the history of how the Drop-In Center began here at Gorton.
Well, the Drop-In Center began in the mid-'80s. The Volunteer Bureau of Lake Forest, Lake Bluff found that they needed women to come in and volunteer for them, but these women had nowhere to put their children. And so that restricted them from helping out and volunteering their time. And so therefore, the Drop-In Center began.
Excellent. And in terms of the way that the program works, I mean, I know that there's so many women and men in our community who give back, and they work for all of these nonprofit organizations. Tell me a little bit more specifically about how the program works with the concept of drop-in versus maybe a preschool or another type of daycare facility. What is the difference?
Sure. The Drop-In Center offers flexibility. We are open between 8:30 and 4 o'clock during the school year. And parents can enroll for an hour a day, up to 5 hours a day, and they're not limited to what days they come. They can pick and choose when they'd like to come, and so it meets their needs.
Fantastic. So for example, if someone, say, had paddle or tennis and they needed a 2-hour window, they could come in and sign up and drop their kids off.
Absolutely. People, they might work part-time, they might need it for volunteering, or they might want to go and enjoy themselves and play paddle or tennis. Yes.
Or have a meeting or go to the gym or something else.
Correct.
Now, do the parents need to sign up ahead of time for certain days?
In order for families to use our program, they first need to become a member, and then they can call in and make reservations up to 2 weeks in advance.
Okay, so there isn't necessarily a standing day per se that people can sign up for. It's more or less planning. You can plan in advance, or but you do have a maximum number of children that you keep per classroom.
We do. We are licensed by DCFS.
Okay.
And so we do have to follow their regulations.
Absolutely. Now, what ages of children do you take in?
We take children from ages 6 weeks through 5 years of age.
Oh, fantastic. So it really is a widespread program for parents who have multiple children, or one, or someone who may be going back to work part-time, as you mentioned, and need to drop off an infant.
Absolutely. Meets
Great.
all kinds of needs.
Now, what type of activities do the children participate in, maybe those that are from 2 to 5 when they're here?
Well, when our teachers are doing their lesson planning, they always make sure that they follow the 4 basic developmental needs. So physical, intellectual, emotional, and social skills. They will come in. There is always free play. There are art projects going on. We have sensory tables in all of the rooms. We have science activities, circle time, music, gross motor, fine motor.
Great. Well, I'd love to take a look at some of that in the classrooms. Let's take a tour.
All right, let's go on down.
So, Sue, tell me a little bit about this room here and what age children we have.
This is our infant toddler room, and the children are ages from 6 weeks until they turn 2.
Okay. And I can see that there's a pretty wide array of activities. Can you give me a little bit of summary of what takes place in here?
Well, we have Tina and Sarah Beth. Sarah Beth is responsible for putting our toddler lesson plans together, and Tina the infant toddler. So because both age groups obviously require different needs.
Absolutely.
We have the sensory table out. We have the climbing equipment, so they can get to crawl up the ramp, come down the slide. There are steps over there. We have the storytelling corner. We have blocks, housekeeping, and of course high chairs because they love to eat snacks. They do art also in here. If you look at the bulletin boards, you can see that they
do some art projects.
They do some art projects, yes.
Fantastic. Now, Sue, in terms of safety and cleanliness and health, can you address some of the concerns parents might have about taking their children to a program such as this, and how you remedy those by handling it?
Sure. Well, the first point is that everyone that walks into this room should wash their hands, adults as well as children. And we do ask that the parents don't always walk on the carpet. We try to keep the carpet as clean as possible. Any child that is sleeping here in a crib, the minute they're finished sleeping, the crib sheets are changed. The crib itself is actually wiped down, disinfected. We're very concerned about toys, anything in this particular age group. You know, they have the oral fixation, yes, so everything goes in their mouths. It goes straight into the sink to be washed. So we do our very best to try and keep on top of all of that. We are very fortunate that our parents are very good about keeping their children home if they're not well.
Absolutely,
So,
yeah. So really avoiding that chance of sickness to be transferred.
Yes, absolutely.
Right. Well, let's take a step to the next room.
Okay, we'll go to the 2-year-old room. All right, this is our 2-year-old classroom. And the 2-year-olds are very lucky. They have a room all to themselves.
Oh, how nice. Well, I'm sure there's a lot of energy and activity in here.
There is a lot. And one of the big things they work on in this room is sharing. So this is why they have one room to themselves. We have Julie and Amy in here, are our teachers in this room. And we can take up to 16 2-year-olds in here.
Oh, wow,
and
great.
And the ratio is 8 to 1.
Great. There's and I see, again, doing a lot of art projects and sharing and snack time and things like that.
Absolutely. It's run just like a regular preschool program is run.
Fantastic. So. Let's take a tour to our next age group.
Okay. All right. This is our preschool room.
Okay.
And in this room we have children from ages 3 through 5.
Oh, great.
And we have Jen and Kathy. They are our teachers in this room.
Fantastic.
And we can take 19 children in this room, and the ratio is 10 to 1.
Now, Sue, tell me a little bit more about how your teachers have become part of the drop-in center.
Well, I've known actually some of them for a very long time before I even came to the drop-in center. So I was very excited when I got this position to bring people who I was very comfortable with working for, who I trusted, who I knew were very capable teachers, and able to hire them here also. Most of our staff have been here 10 years, 9 years. Jen is our newest addition, and Jen has a degree in elementary education, and she's here working with our pre-K group.
Fantastic. And again, I'm seeing lots of crafts, lots of activities. Tell me a little bit about this sensory table. This is really fun here.
This is great fun. It's wonderful to see the children as they come in, because we do change it very frequently. We have dirt in it, we have water. Right now you can see rice with spiders and cats and blacks ready for Halloween.
Yeah, and glitter. I mean,
yes, glitter.
I want to stick my hands in there and play around.
Flour goes in it, all kinds.
And I love these little pumpkin scoopers too for the coming up to the holiday. I'm sure that changes with each time of year.
We do alternate.
A lot of Play-Doh.
Yes, it's always a huge hit. They love creating necklaces. Right now, you see them playing cards
with the painted noodles.
Yes. These are called our sit-upons. So when it is circle time, the children will take a sit-upon and sit around and wait for the teacher to lead group time.
Fantastic.
They work on the calendar and the weather. This over here, this pumpkin is actually a fantastic activity. They are taking golf tees and just hammering them in. And then on Friday, what we hope to do is to put a glow stick in there, or take all the golf tees out, put a glow stick in there, and look at it in the dark and see what happens.
Fun for Halloween. It's great. And of course, a nice, fun jungle gym type thing. So use all that energy out.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we do have a playground too. So all of the 3 classrooms do get to share the playground.
And do the teachers go out, depending on the weather, if it's nice, and go outside or on walks and things like that?
They do. The infants and toddlers, we have big 6-seater strollers, so they tend to go out for walks in the strollers. But the 2-year-olds and the preschoolers go outside on the playground.
Fun.
If the weather is not very nice, then we find a room here at Gorton, and they run around.
Or even up and down the hallway.
Absolutely. Yes, they can ride bikes up and down the hallway.
Perfect. Great.
Yep.
Well, Sue, we'll step out of the classroom and we'll talk a little bit more about how the program sustains itself here. Sue, tell me a little bit about how the program covers its costs in terms of an hourly fee and fundraising and things like that.
Well, we are a nonprofit organization, and so we rely strictly on our enrollment fees, our hourly fees, and also we have a parent board who work on fundraising events for us. We recently had Oktoberfest, and that's our biggest fundraiser.
Okay.
And those proceeds that they make from that fundraiser are what help support the drop-in center.
No, I noticed that you have some really colorful leaves and things with different ping pong balls and Band-Aids and Cheerios and things. Is that like a wish list then? So as parents are out shopping, they pick up like an extra box of cereal or a box of Band-Aids to bring in to help support the program?
That's exactly what it is.
Okay.
One of the ways we try to keep our costs down is to ask parents to help with the supplies. So on each classroom door, as the teachers do their lesson plans and figure out what they'd like, in the upcoming couple of weeks, they'll put little signs on the doors, and then hopefully our parents will take one and go shopping and return the item soon after.
Well, I noticed too with the hourly fee is extremely reasonable, and this isn't just a babysitting service. This is more than that. You have certainly qualified teachers in here and working with the different sensories, and as you mentioned, tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah, absolutely. We are, not just a babysitting program. We are a quality childcare program. Our teachers are teacher qualified. We have teachers with CDA certification. We have teachers that are teachers with elementary education degrees. But we are all teacher qualified staff, and we bring a quality program.
Absolutely.
To the drop-in center.
And I think that that's really important for our residents to know, is that this isn't just having, a 10 or 11-year-old babysit your kids for a few hours. This is a really high-class program, but that offers the flexibility of not having to pay for a whole week-long daycare type facility. You're here for a couple hours or when you need it, and that's what's really nice about this program.
Absolutely. It's a very unique program. There isn't anything like it, in the surrounding communities. And so flexibility is the key word here, yes.
And it all really stems, again, from the fact that our community is full with so many volunteers, and this gives them an opportunity to go out and work with the community.
Absolutely, yes.
Well, Sue, tell me, I noticed here the lockers. Can you tell me a little bit more about really the specialization for each child when they come in?
Sure. Well, the lockers in the hallway are here for the children to put in their coats and backpacks and whatever else they might have with them. Each day, of course, it will change because we get different children come each day. But each of the classrooms, the 2-year-old room and the preschool room, have cubbies outside. In the infant toddler room, the cubbies are in the classrooms.
Okay. Great. Well, how special, again, really the personalization here, so the kid comes and knows where to put their coat, and snacks, or anything else they might bring with them.
Yes.
Great. Well, Sue, it has truly been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Learning more and really just getting the information out there that this is such a special program in our community, and making sure that everyone is familiar with it and that they're able to take advantage of it here and supporting such a wonderful group.
Well, thank you for your time.
You're welcome. Thank you for watching Inside Lake Forest. As you know, today we've been visiting with the Drop-In Center here at the Gorton Community Center in Lake Forest. They provide as-needed childcare for your flexibility here in our community. I hope you were able to drop in today.